I didn't realize how heavy anger could feel until it settled into my chest like a weight I couldn't shake. It wasn't a quick spark or a passing irritation. It was the kind of anger that lingers, the kind that steals sleep and replays moments over and over again. Someone had taken credit for something I worked hard on. Someone else spread a rumor that cut deeper than I expected. And beneath the anger was something I didn't want to admit. I felt hurt, I felt betrayed, and I felt out of control. But God reminded me of something important. Anger itself isn't the enemy. He created us with emotions: joy, sadness, disappointment, excitement, love, and yes, even anger. Even God gets angry at injustice. The danger isn't the emotion, it's what we allow that emotion to become. Scripture says in Proverbs 16:32, "He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city." That verse stopped me. It told me that real strength isn't in overpowering others, it's in mastering myself. It's in choosing restraint when everything in me wants to react. And then there's Proverbs 17:14, which says, "The beginning of strife is as when one letteth out water, therefore leave off contention before it be meddled with." In other words, once anger starts spilling out, it's hard to contain. It can flood everything: relationships, peace, clarity. So God urges us to step back before the dam breaks. I had to ask myself, what is this anger doing to me? What is it shaping in me? Because anger left alone doesn't stay anger. It grows, it festers, it becomes bitterness, jealousy, resentment. And those things don't just damage relationships with people, they damage your relationship with God. That's why Psalm 37:8-9 says, "Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. For evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth." God isn't telling us to pretend we're not angry. He's telling us not to let anger lead us into sin, into revenge, into becoming someone we were never meant to be. He's reminding us that those who trust Him, those who wait on Him, will see justice done in His way, in His time. And then there's the verse that hit me the hardest, Ecclesiastes 7:9, "Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools." That one stings a little, not because God is calling us names, but because He's warning us. Anger wants to live in us. It wants to settle in, make a home, and shape our decisions. But if we let it stay, it makes us foolish. It blinds us. It steals our peace. So I had to make a choice. I brought my anger to Jesus. Not polished, not softened, not filtered, just honest. I told Him what happened, how it made me feel, what I wished I could say, and what I was afraid I might say. And slowly, He reminded me that releasing anger isn't weakness. It's wisdom. It's protection. It's freedom. Sometimes the only closure you'll get is knowing you tried your best and trusting God to handle the rest. So I wrote down what I felt. I prayed. I breathed. I asked God to take the anger and fill the empty space with His peace. And little by little, the weight began to lift. Holding on to anger will destroy you. Letting it go will restore you. And when you release it, really release it, you make room again for joy, for smiling, for laughing, for praising Jesus with a heart that's light and free. Because nothing, absolutely nothing, is worth losing your peace or your closeness with Him. Someone, somewhere, is praying for you. So take a moment and pray for someone else. Your prayer might be the first step they need.